Hi everyone, this is Gator Gidge. In this video, I'm going to share a behind-the-scenes DIY. The catch-all bench is transformed with a little bit of sweat equity and cute fabric to match my laundry room sign. You can see the declutter and transformation of my laundry room in my prior video. Let's reset and declutter the laundry room. I hope you enjoy this DIY. Thanks for watching. It's time to go shopping for fabric. I see the fabric in the distance. Here's the greens. And the beautiful purples. I'm getting ready to cover this bench that we keep in the laundry room as a catch-all coming in from the garage, or to sit down and put our boots or take our shoes off. Here we go. This is the fabric I'm going to be using, and I paid $6.29 for 1.5 yards, and it's polka dots. My inspiration was my laundry sign. Here's the before on the bench and getting ready to cover it with fabric. The tools you'll need for this project: fabric, glue sticks, glue gun, fabric scissors, power shot stapler or just a heavy-duty stapler. You can just use the glue sticks if that's all you have. You can also staple the fabric on. Here's the bench I'm working on. Tools for removing the screws, either a screwdriver or a Phillips. So I have several here to choose from. Let's see which ones work. Okay, let me get the magnet. The one with the magnet so it can come out as I just take it, remove it. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. All right, screws are loose. Let me just take the frame off here. This is what it looks like, the existing. Someone's already covered it more than once. I don't know yet if I should take these on, these nail tacks. Let me remove one of them to see what the damage is going to look like. Tiny hammer, that's all I need is a tiny hammer. See if this is going to work. Boy, they really tacked these in. All right, I am going to take this old tape off, remove this tape, and I don't want to crack the board. There's an arrow right here. That's exactly where the staple will land. And it's very loud. Just press. Better hold steady and just like that. Okay, let me shift sides. Okay. There we go. That was a little more firm. This one, it's okay. Let me do the other side now. I flipped the fabric over and I just used the palm of my hand to just estimate of how much overlap I need. I'm going to be using these dots right here as my guide for cutting. I mean, I do have a sewing table and I could have laid everything out, but with the cutting board and the measurements to get everything precise, but this doesn't have to be precise. Okay. Just flip that over. And we're just going to continue cutting along the dots here. Okay, so these are the dots I'm using here. And if you have some nice fabric scissors, it goes pretty easily because I had to cut some of that tape. I had to go just get some regular scissors. Okay, just flip it over again. Continue with my guide on the dots. Okay, gonna make sure the right dots. So I'm still cutting along the dots. I still have a lot of fabric on this side here, so I'm going to do the same. I just want to make sure I am still on track. I'm using the dots as my guide. I want to make sure the dots are lining up on this edge. So now I'm going to have to cut the fabric. So I got all this excess here. And I think I want to overlap here. How much do I need? I'm going to use these dots as my guide here. And I think I'll use the outer edge. It's easier to have extra fabric and cut more off or tuck it in, fold it in, than it is to not have enough. So you could see when you're following it along the outer edge of these dots here for my imaginary line. And this is a lot easier working here on these little TV trays than it is on the floor. So, or I could have worked in my sewing room, but it's the catch-all right now for the decluttering mess in the garage sale. There you go. I'm seeing dots. Seeing dots. I'm just gonna play with, this is the cushion side, so I flipped it over. Okay, this is the stapling side, the board. And I just want to make sure that my dots are going to be lined up over on this section here. So I'm going to play with that. Okay, so I do like the way this edge is looking. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. I'm going to just staple it so that I can secure this area here. I'm going to tuck it in a little bit here. That creates a clean edge. And I'm going to only tack just over here for now. So again, use the arrow here as your guide. Let me do it this way so you all can see. This little arrow is my guide. That's where the staple's going to land. And I'm just trying to tack this because I don't have like 5 hands. And I'm going to hold firmly. This takes a lot of my strength. I am a lot older now. I'm 60, for those of you that want to know how old I am. This is a natural gray. No, I don't color my hair. That's perfect. Okay, so you don't need to rush the process. Take your time. Now that I have this line secure where I want it, I have to still work on this edge, you know, making it a nice and tight edge. Now that this area is secure, just with one staple, I want to work on this edge. And again, I need to look at the cushion side to see that it's not waddy-wampus, crooked. So I like the look of that, so it's looking good. So now I can secure this here with one staple, and I tuck the edge in. This is a no-sew. So if you don't have the staple gun, you can use hot glue. And then you can even come, instead of the tape that the prior person used, you can come with some nice ribbon here. All right, so I zoomed in. This is the area that it's going to be. And press. And it's nicely done. I'm flipping it over. I want to look at the cushion side. So I want to make sure these dots here are lined up. And I can tell right now that this needs to be pulled tighter right here. Okay. There we go. Right there, like that. Okay. So once I get that where I want it, like I have a lot of excess fabric, and I'm going to go ahead and secure a staple here just for now, just to hold the fabric. Hold steady, squeeze, and press down. Good. Okay, so that's going to hold it. Just going to secure another staple here because I got to cut excess fabric, got to work on the folds. So again, here's where the staple's going to come out, but I'm going to line it up with this one. Okay, I just need this to hold my fabric in place. So here we go. Okay. All right, so I'm going to work on that. I'll show you the finished product. I've changed my mind. It's not the finished product because some of you may want to know what I'm doing. I folded it to meet this fabric, and I'm not stapling next to it. I'm overlapping. So here's a staple. So I'm going to go up here a little bit, but I want to make sure that I'm just on this fabric. Okay, so I'm going to continue working on that, and then when I figure this section out, I'll film that so you can see. Okay, so I'm working on this edge here, and I also want to make sure I'm not putting staples on where the screw hole is right here. So I folded this, I'm tucking this under. I'm going to pull it tight, and I kind of keeping track of where that hole is. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and tack this right here. Again, I'm going to use the stapler. I'm me turn that so you could see. I do not want to put a staple where the screw hole's already been pre-drilled from the prior project, okay? So I am just gonna secure this, and there's right here. I have some fabric marker. Maybe I'm gonna go get that and put a little mark there. So anyway, here I go. Here we go again. Squeeze and press simultaneously. Okay. All right, so now I'm working on pulling this tight, and I have way too much fabric, so I am gonna have to cut some of this off. I misplaced my fabric pen, so I grabbed a couple of alternatives to mark it with because I do not want to lose this hole. So I'm gonna just punch a hole here. For my marking, I usually use a fabric pen. Don't know where it's at. Have lots of projects going on. So anyway, let's continue on the fold. We're going to work on this corner here. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a fold. I'm just going to pull it really tight right here. Going to put a staple, paying attention not to place the staple over the screw hole. So I'm just going to put one right about here. Okay. Okay, so there's the screw hole. Going to mark it again. Tap, tap. Then I'm just gonna fold this again. I need to cut some excess fabric. I'm just gonna go and cut this off and fold it over. And I got a little bit of excess here, which I don't need to remove, but I'm just gonna so I'm gonna do the same thing on this side here. This is the underside no one's gonna see. It's time to reconnect the cushion to the frame. See if we can line up these holes. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's free. Thanks for watching. Okay, time to test it out. See if it worked. Just checking to see if the screws are secure. There's the finished product. Okay, we're in the laundry room, and I have placed the little bench next to the garage door. Mission accomplished. All right, there comes all the popcorn. Wow, looks so nice. Smells delicious. Makes a lot of popcorn. Yikes. Didn't have a big enough bowl. Okay, I'm going to turn it off now.